What's up, everybody, to day 3 of the boot camp. I hope you enjoyed the last 2 days, and today's topic is how to build your own brand. How to build your own brand, we kind of touched a little bit on it also on thanks, bro. On the first day with Instagram. So social media is a big part of building a brand. All of us can still improve. I'm not an expert in brand building, I'll tell you that, but it's just doing those things that you learned the other 2 days to really develop a person of value, because that's, I think, the first key fact on how to build your brand is like define your unique value. Like, what sets you apart from others? Especially in network marketing and trading, what sets you apart from others? Think about that for a second. Maybe some of you know it already. And thanks for the compliment. But maybe some of you guys know it already. What sets you apart from the rest? But it's really an important question you have to ask yourself, because if you don't know what makes you different from others, what value can you give to others? So that's like the number one thing you have to think about when it comes to starting even to think about building a brand. What makes you different? You don't need to be the special snowflake of all and need to reinvent everything and innovate the whole game, but it's really about like what's in your personality that is different from other people, because that's something a lot of people can't even answer. It is really, a lot of people nowadays, they don't even have a personality. I'll be honest with you. Like, look at social media, look at Instagram, look at TikTok, look at Facebook. Everybody looks the same. Everybody talks the same. It's the worst thing I see in this industry. I'll be honest with you. It's some real talk. Worst thing in the industry. People, when they start a story, they all talk the same. When I click through my Instagram sometimes and I follow people from this industry, they all talk the same. When I hear them talk on calls, they all use the same fill words, and I'm like, you don't even know how to talk German anymore, or English, or whatever it is you're talking. With Dutch, I don't know how people talk on Instagram because I didn't used to understand a lot, but I'm getting there. But that's the key thing, like what sets you apart from others, and identify your strength. Like, really focus on that. If you are a good person in speaking from your thoughts and heart without a script, do it. Just let it flow. Start talking and never stop, because maybe that's your superpower. You know what I mean? And that sets you apart from others, because most people on social media, they script their stuff. It's horrible. I've seen some reels, and it's good that people are posting content. If it's better than posting no content. But if you want to build a brand and something recognizable, you really have to be unique. And everybody is unique. People, just because of the system we live in, have a hard time finding out why they're unique. It's just the truth. Like, you get put in a box and somebody shapes you the way they want you to work. But you got to shape yourself. So once you found out like what your strengths are and what makes you stand out and what you really like to do, well, then you have a foundation for your brand. It's crazy. Like, you just need to observe. When you look at content, observe what people are doing. So many people say the same thing. They still build a brand, but they still put in some things that make them unique and stick out. The ones that are really successful stick out and are unique. Best example is Gary Vaynerchuk. This guy polarized like 5-6 years ago. He really exploded on social media because he was different. This guy is the guy that 20-year-old kids run to and be like, how can I be unique and stuff like that? That's what people kind of ask them, like, how can I build my brand? I love Gary Vee. Gary Vee is the reason we're all sitting here today, because he's the reason that sparked the idea for myself to build something online. Like if I would have not seen a video of Gary Vee 5 years ago in January, I would have not bought his 2 books about building a brand online and making money online. And I would have not started this business. And Gary Vee is a digital entrepreneur. He has a media company. He basically, who Gary Vee is, he started off a YouTube channel for wine tasting. Not the fancy type where people sniff on a wine, take a sip, spit it out, and be like, this thing tastes like a stone from the South France or whatever. Like, no, he tells you like normal people would tell you how a wine tastes, shitty and dry. That would be my answer for a wine. But that's like how he did it. Like he did Wine Library TV, one of the first really successful YouTube channels. And he's really the definition of how to build your brand. So 2 books I really can recommend is Crush It and Crushing It by him. Crushing It is a newer version for social media and everything. But that's really like the first step, like define your unique value, find out like what sets you apart from others, identify your strengths and talents, and really work on that. That's what I'm doing now in my podcast, my content, what I want to do, like what I'm starting to do more. Because I've heard like through the years that my content got more dull as well and more copycat-like and sound like the others. And then I stopped doing face content at all. Like I stopped talking into the camera. I stopped doing face stories and stuff like that. And people were like, yeah, why don't you do that again? You were really good at that. But I know it's a big step you have to take, it's a hurdle, comfort zone, But then again, is your comfort zone worth more to you than your dreams and goals to be successful, to be seen? Because one thing, and raise your hand if this is true, you want to impact people with this business, right? You want to show others that there's more to life than working a 9 to 5. So that's the way you do it. You got to build your brand. You got to show yourself, because that's the only way people are going to see and going to resemble with you. So that's the first point. And then second step is basically develop your brand identity. Like, your brand is like your logo, color scheme, like your profile is always based with the same color theme kind of. Or some people, let's say on social media, they post a quote, they post a picture, and they post a quote again. So it's always like 3 things in a row that always look the same. Look at a certain font that you use for writing when you write your captions and stuff like that, or have like a catchphrase always in your videos. So really like think about something that is unique, like go in with your unique value and that people can memorize. Like when they see this, they think of you. Because that's really important as well. I mean, by time you have a brand that you maybe don't need that catchphrase anymore or something like that. But if you think about Marvin, everybody thinks about traveling and this blonde guy that looks crazy and like a dolphin, super flipper like, and having a crazy lifestyle, right? That's the first thing people think about when they hear the name Marvin now, because they know a crazy example, and his username is Marvin. So when people think it's crazy, that's a good example as well. But it can be anyone. If you see a content creator on social media that you like and the content, the style they put out, look at how they do it. Because you don't need to innovate. You don't need to invent the wheel. You just look at what other people do and what you might like, and you take the best out of everyone you see. That's how I done it. Still, my Instagram, I always get the comment like it looks not cleaned up, because I'm just posting as I am. Like I'm a messy guy in my head. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I don't even find order in myself. So that's when I just post how I feel it. If I feel that picture, I'm posting that picture, but it's really, you have to find something for yourself there, because it's something that people like that will stick with you. And then you have to have like a brand voice. That's the third step. Establish kind of like your brand voice. Of course, your language is a key factor. That's why I'm just posting in English now, because I don't want to be known as a German guy impacting Germany. I want to create content to impact people all around the world. I want to bring value to as many people as possible because, I speak languages, so why not use them? Yeah, also the way you speak. If it's profound language, if it's professional language, I would always say, like, yeah, you don't need to talk like Dan Pena. He's a harsh one, but he can do it because he's the $1 trillion guy. That's also a brand.
I feel like for him, it's also a bit of character. So it
Yeah. But still, I wouldn't recommend doing that in your early days because it is something that you can fall down quickly as well.
Yeah, that was my plan.
Yeah, I know. But it's also like a way that you communicate with the community. Do you speak directly to people? Do you engage with people in your comments or talk to them in your stories? Because it needs to be something that is a clear and consistent thing that you can pull through and that resonates with your target audience. If you want to talk to mothers that live alone, single moms that work all day, you can't be the fuck boy that jumps around on Tinder, Snapchat, whatever, and tells you to party all weekend kind of vibe. You know what I mean? It's always like depending on who do you want to talk, like who do you want to reach with it? Because if you want to reach more professional people, more older people, let's say they already work a job for years like I do, I'm still young in my head and I still look young. But if I look at people around my age, if I would talk flippy and everything, they would think like, yeah, he's crazy. People still think that, but that's a different point, a different reason. But still, like, it always is a thing, and you need to be able to switch up. You need to be able to switch up if you have somebody like that in front of you. But there's a difference between online presence and offline presence. But that's something I'm going to tag into later as well. So you need to find out who your target audience is. That's something you have to think about as well when you're building this voice. Who do you want to reach? Do you want to reach kids that don't have a clue what they should do after school? Like 95% of everybody that goes to school? Hell, I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I thought, well, my dad and my uncle are both in construction. I'm not the most creative guy when it comes to like drawing and everything. So I'm not going to be an architect. So I say, you know what? My uncle is an engineer. I'm going to become an engineer as well. But I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Still don't know today. Like if I'm not going to say it because it's recorded on YouTube, but you know what I mean? Like I found my passion. But that's the thing, like dreams die because of school and college and parents. And yes, this goes through, if a parent watches this recording, yes, this goes exactly to you, because parents kill dreams as well, because they want to put you in a mold. They want to form you the way they think is best way to live. And a lot of times that happens is because parents are frustrated they didn't achieve more. It's the honest, dead truth. I'll be honest with you. It's a lot of times, like maybe not your parents, but there's parents out there that form their kids the way they form them out of the one reason that they didn't succeed in life. You know, those parents that push their kids to like, oh, you got to go to piano class, then you got to do this, you got to do this, all those type of hobbies when they're young and stuff like that, and pressure them to work a lot on school and learn 5 languages and be the best in class. Yeah, that's the reason why, because they maybe didn't reach it as far, and out of different reasons. Could be their parents too. But that's the sad truth. School and parents kill dreams. And of course, once you land in a job, well, you made it. You're in the hamster wheel. And to get out of it, you need to be consistent as fuck. You really need to be dedicated, because I'll tell you one thing, out of this group of people that are watching this right now, I wish that all of you are going to be here in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I've done it. I've seen people jump on, be there for a year, consistent, dedicated, motivated, had the biggest dreams of their life. And where they at now? Well, they're back to their normal life. That's okay. But it's a tough thing to get out. Yeah, you're already in the wheel when you're born. That's true. That's true. But you can get out of it. It's just a tough way. Just imagine there was one kid in Rotterdam when their parents told him, if you start this business, you got to pay all your bills yourself. You're getting kicked out of your home. And he was really damn excited about learning how to trade and just building a skill set while he goes to school and finishes school and does everything they want him to do. But they still said, if you want a different life, then you got to pay your own bills. It's kind of like they spit in their hand and be like, yeah, here, take it. I'll be honest with you. Sounds like a familiar story. Yeah, but it's true. Like my dad told me too, like, oh, you want to make business? Well, and do it, but you got to finish your school and everything. And I told everybody, yeah, I'm going to finish my school. Don't worry. I don't care. It's not a tough deal to finish college. It's just putting in work and time management. That's it. So that's also something like what target audience do you want to reach? Those kids, maybe, because you guys are all young. I have the benefit of looking young, so I can also reach those kids, but also like people in my age, I'm still turning 30 this year. You know what I mean? It's a good luck thing. But that's really important thing. Or if you're into sports, you want to talk to people that go to the gym as you do. So point one is unique selling point or unique value proposition. And then step two is your brand identity. And then step three that what we were just talking about was your brand voice, like the way you talk, the way you align with your community and stuff like that, the tone. Because it's a really important thing. Like you guys really need to develop the skill of whipping out this phone and doing a story. And I'm going to show you how easy it is at the end of this call. Show you this easy. Then the fourth point, after you watched day one's bootcamp of social media, it was really brief, but still it's enough to just start it. It's build a strong online presence. Like if you want followers, you got to engage with people. You got to comment on people's things. Like I've spent time while I was waiting in the parking lot today on a TikTok lives of a creator that I'm connected with, that I'm talking about this business with, on her live and connecting with her. That way, I don't know, I gained like 30 followers because people saw me engaging with her and she's talking back to me and stuff like that. So engage people. You got to be engaging people and you got to create content. Do a selfie and post it. It's better than nothing at all. You guys got sharp pictures from the convention, and I didn't see a lot of guys post yet. Got to start somewhere. And I'll tell you one thing, if that thing is holding you back, if it's holding you back because people tell you, what the fuck are you doing there? You're a business guy now. Stop this. That's not you. Well, what do you expect when you're at your goal, when you reach your goals and dreams? What do you expect happens once you make 50K a month trading and 50K networking, for example, or whatever you want to reach, like, or even if you're just a P5K and a millionaire funded trader, what do you expect people to tell you then? They still tell you it's a scam. They still tell you to stop and become the normal you, the old you. So why not just do it now? Because who the fuck cares if you post? I don't care what I don't care what a single person around me thinks what I do on social media. I don't care. It doesn't matter who it is. If it's family, if it's my partner, if it's my boss, I don't care. It's my life. It's my social media. It's okay for others to pressure their opinion onto you, but it's not okay to live out what you want to do and show people what you want to do, because out there somebody might resemble with you, Valerie, fit looking guy dedicated in the gym, showing his way to get to his goals. Same as Jack and Sandra when they're all in the gym, or somebody with a funny, with a sympathetic smile like Rowan. Like when he's like showing his energy out, like always smiling like that. Maybe somebody's like, hey, this kid looks like me. Why can he do it and I can't? And I don't want to miss out. Like, if I don't say all of you guys' names, it's nothing personal here. You know what I mean? People will resemble something that you show them with you. Perfect example, bro, Sander. Sander's the trader in the team. He came on with confidence and showed everybody, like, he put it out on the table, be like, hey guys, I know how to trade. What's up? And still everybody resembles him with that. Think about it, as ridiculous as it sounds. Raul bought a fucking iPad. What did everybody call him after that? Mr. iPad. Something as funny and simple as that. You know what I mean? So you got to show yourself online, because step 1 to 3 don't matter if you don't show it to somebody. And I'll show you an example why social media makes sense. And I want to be stronger in that as well. Because there's some examples out of the community, out of the team here, that do those things, not just out of this, but out of the whole like BYOB team, that do those things, and people flood their DMs. And then consistently deliver on what you say. Walk the talk. Because your brand is not just about what you talk about, it's also what you do. If you say you're going to drop that podcast like I did, drop it. Because if you say something like, let's say I said in Rotterdam to you guys, I'm going to drop a podcast now, and I didn't done it yet. Convention is a month ago already. I'm going to record the 3rd episode while I'm here in Vienna, because I don't know, this lighting is kind of nice, the setting is nice. Just going to record another episode while I'm here, because why not? It's a quiet room. Just going to do it. Because once you consistently deliver on what you talk about with a good quality, like put in some effort, like this will build trust, and people will see that, and it builds credibility. And then people know, okay, he delivers. Like that's, for example, like when I do it, say I'm gonna do a call, like a trading call, whatever, bootcamp, I'm doing it. I'm preparing it, and I'm delivering. Because people need to have that in their mind. Like they need to see your story and everything. They need to see your posts. And I know it's tough to be consistent, especially with social media, to always do it, because you have a tough day and then you have to watch go live. Then there's a team call or a trading call, and then you have to watch your mentorship, get some mindset. You want to go to the gym. I know if I could take my phone with me on work and do stories there, I would. But I'm coming home from work, jumping on a call, jumping on a call, jumping on go live, jumping on a call, jumping on a call. Like yesterday, I don't know. I came home, and it was literally my day. The boot camp was running, and while the boot camp was running, I checked, okay, the go live is running. I have to rewatch it later because I can't right now, because I got to pay attention to what Leander is talking about. Then after that call, I had a call. After that call, there was another call that I was watching. And then I had a leadership call at 10. And then it was 11, and I went to bed, got up today at 6, did my first hour of the day, my stuff again, and what then? Sat 5.5 hours in the car to drive to fucking Vienna. You know what I mean? Like, and what did I do in the car? I put in value. I listened to a call Ilya dropped the other day. I listened to Audible and stuff like that. So you got to deliver on yourself first to then deliver to others. So if you don't educate and you don't grow in those other fields, what do you want to deliver? And walk the talk is like the most important thing in this business. Because if I tell you guys, drop content on social media, post stories, watch go live, and I don't do it, you won't take me serious, and you think like this guy's just a talker. And it doesn't get easier with time. Imagine Leander's calendar. You guys can look at it. This guy's booked fully, but he still delivers on himself, and then he delivers for others. Same with Marvin. Yeah, this guy's traveling around, but still he's outworking most of us here. And yeah, now you would say like, he doesn't have to work and stuff. But there were times those guys had to work. That's just the point. So that's on like online and like basically how to build that brand. But that brand is also an offline thing, right? Because people gotta like, those people that walk into a room and all of a sudden there's that energy and the whole room is like, or they right away know, oh yeah, it's this guy. So you got to develop your brand from online to offline as well. I'm known for always speaking the cold hard truth, what's on my mind. For a job, it's not always the best thing, but I don't care. I'm just saying what I think. Just have to adjust my language here and there, depending on who's with me there. You know what I mean? Like, but if I don't like something, or if I'm somewhere and somebody's trying to talk to me and I don't really enjoy talking, I'm gonna let him know. Sometimes in a kinder way and sometimes in a not so kind way, depending on how the other person's coming off to me. But you have to build up that brand as well. You have to be the same competent professional person, but you can show people as well that you also have fun and stuff like that. You can show that on social media as well. Nobody says here you can't post fun shit or something like that, but you shouldn't be talking about like business, mindset, good habits, healthy lifestyle, and then go on the weekend in the club, like pop in a bottle and be like, yeah, that's my lifestyle now. Because that's, even if you don't show it on camera, it's not a healthy lifestyle. And I don't know, there's people out there, especially in network, that blow their money that they earn through trading or network on bottles, going to partying and stuff like that. Yeah, it's nice to have fun. We can sit in a circle and drink a little bit and have a nice evening, but I don't need to go to a club and burn my money, basically. Yeah, we can go to a bar, have a drink, a nice conversation. That's something different, because that's like still classy. But like it shows, like if let's say your surroundings, like your friends and everybody, bro, when somebody hits a mill, we're not going to a club. We have the club. We are the club. You know what I mean? But that's a different thing. I'm turning 30 when we're in Croatia. You think we're just gonna be there? Okay, mindset session now. Let's do a Y circle on my 30th birthday. I'm gonna drink water and eat celery sticks with some yogurt dip. Yes, sir. That's what we're gonna do for my 30th birthday. Now, of course, we're gonna enjoy ourselves and have some fun. Yeah, but it's not like you're doing it every day. It's special occasion. That's a different thing. But look at the people your age. Look at your old friends. They go out every weekend and burning the money they work hard for every week. And you know what the funny thing is? At the end of the month, they broke. They dead ass broke. They willing to change something? You tell them, you show them opportunity. Oh, I got to invest in myself. I got to pay to get educated. Damn. If somebody says that to you, ask them, do you go to school? Most of the people will be like, yeah. How much you pay for that school? I don't know. 200, 300, 500, 100 per month, per year, per semester, whatever. Mostly it's per month that they pay almost the same amount of money you have to pay to learn fucking how to trade, build an e-commerce store, how to trade stocks, how to invest into crypto, buy NFTs, how to have a better mindset, how to use social media to make money. It's the same amount of money. I spoke to somebody out of South Africa the other day, prospect there, and he's like, oh, gotta pay money. I'm like, yeah, but you go to school. Yeah, I went to school. If you work in a job, you learn in school. He's like, no, school didn't teach me shit. I'm like, cool. How much did you pay for school? And he said, well, $250 per month. I'm like, and now you're hesitating to invest into yourself. That's the kind of like, you know what I mean? That's the mindset that people are in. So if you are with people around you, that you gotta still be the person you are on social media, like still the person you want to become. Because yeah, you get dragged into old habits quickly and negative habits quickly, but that's why it has to be consistent. Deliver on what you want to do, what you want to become. That defines your brand at the end. If you've been like, I'm 5 years in the business, I know so many people in network marketing. Yeah, maybe not a lot of people know me, but it's still funny to see who watches my stories that don't follow me, and it's still funny to see like who in the world listens to my podcast, like people from fucking Singapore. I don't even know anybody in Singapore. It's funny, but still people listen to from different countries, and I'm like, wow, didn't even know. I'm not actively connected with some in those countries. Was a new thing for me to see, but still people see your content. You see it on the views. It's sad that you can't see who view your reel, but you see it on the views. And you see it on one thing if you're consistent enough with what you do. Because Instagram, if you have a business profile, shows you one thing, and it shows you a professional dashboard that you can pull up, and it needs to load a second here. So where is it at? See all insights, and then you can look at it. The last 30 days, I've reached 5,529 people. And then if we click that 5,529 people, okay, it's unavailable because it's not loading, but still I can see, I could see the other day that out of those 5,500 people, 3,000 people, 3,000 something people were not my followers. And it's just because of consistent posting. And yeah, I want to become more frequent with it as well. But so I know, and with the views, I know what type of content relates with the people that watch my content. So and then bring this offline. Bring this when you go to a party. Bring your personality there. Bring your trading skills to somebody when you're sitting with somebody and you're talking at coffee. And when people ask you, what do you do? Just tell them. Because you ask people as well, how do you do? What's up? What's new? And if they ask you, don't be hesitant to talk about what you've learned the last couple of months. What's your goals for the next year? That's a thing. People don't talk about that stuff. So that's really important on how to bring that brand offline. Like just bring that personality you want to become that you show on social media, the motivated guy, that mindset guy, the trading guy, the networker, whatever you want to become. Also offline. And show it to people. I don't know if I'm going to go outside to get something to eat today, but if I'm doing, and if I meet somebody, I'm alone here, I'm going to talk them up, spike a conversation, be the same person I am when I'm talking to you guys. So there were some questions. So what makes you different in your opinion, just to get an understanding of how you look to this? Well, just to answer it simple and quick, I think different. Most people are fucking snowflakes. They complain all day, they yap around, they don't want to do shit. And I'm just different by even saying that. Because most people, if you're really like crying too much around, I'll tell you, stop being a bitch. Leander said the other day, you have a bitch voice and you have a professional business voice or a strong voice. And what makes me different is, well, I don't quit. It's the biggest difference. And I speak from my heart. You guys know it. You guys seen it. Like I said, it's a rare sight seeing 13 guys in a circle crying because it's so emotional. And it's something you guys have too. Like you just have to let it go and open it up more up. Because I know some of you guys want to speak more from the heart, but are holding back. But that's one thing. That's why I named my podcast Heart to Understand and put that twist in there with the name. Because it's literally that what I want to do. Like open the heart more to people, because I think that's something that resembles. Okay, that answer your question a little bit? Okay, perfect. We already spoke about the language. How much time is good for a day online, or what do you do? You mean like being on social media, interacting with people and everything like that? Well, I've heard something really nice actually today in Building an Empire. It's a really good book about network marketing. I really recommend it to a lot of you guys down the road. Like in the beginning, it's more like GoPro and your first year in network marketing, but then building an empire really has good points. It depends if you are the social media guy and you want to build a bit presence. I have a challenge for you. I'm gonna give you guys a challenge. It works really nice and it boosts your social media. So let's open a whiteboard. So there's two things you can do. I just want to need a little bit the gallery so I can see your faces here. So you see my whiteboard? Not if you can. Okay. So this is something I've learned. It worked in the past. I don't know how good it works with the new algorithm, but it did work. It's called the 10 by 10 challenge. You can do this on any social media platform. What you do, day one, find 10 profiles that you have a common interest with, or something that you like about this profile or that you resemble. And I don't mean like, oh yeah, it's a nice girl, nice booty, whatever, but like, let's say they have a nice hobby or they already business interested and stuff like that, that you like. What you do is every profile, sorry, gotta move this away here quick. 2 comments on one picture. If the second comment doesn't let you don't like it, you don't have to do it. First one is drop 3 emojis. I don't know why, but it boosts the algorithm if you post at least 3 emojis. But this is an optional one. You don't have to do it because some people are not comfortable with posting that, but I always do when I comment on somebody's picture. Second comment, second one, drop a compliment about the picture, caption, or anything that resembles with the picture. And then you do that on all 10 profiles. This could take you maybe 20 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how fast you are with finding those profiles. And then what you're going to do, I don't know why this Zoom thing is like not moving. Do it on all 10 profiles and keep a list of the names because you're going to need them. So take screenshots, put them in a folder, or do a quick Excel sheet or something like that. No, random. Like you can just pick random, you can pick your followers, but of course, since you guys don't have a lot of followers yourself, or mostly people you know, the warm market is better to approach on a different way than this way, just to say it like that. So you can pick, but I would do it with folder, like just different profiles. If you just want to build a presence, like for example, if Sandra wants to build his TikTok channel now, so it's a nice way to work. So keep a list of the names. Day 2, you pick 10 new profiles and repeat day 1 activities. So you need profiles with at least 10, 20, 30 pictures, just at least a couple of pictures. Let's put it in there as well. With at least, let's say 10 plus pictures. Because this is going to be an important one. So repeat day 1 activities on the new profiles and go back to the 10 from day 1 and do the same on another picture. Day 3, rinse and repeat day 1 and 2. So what that does is 10 people, 20, 30. This Zoom is annoying me. I don't know why this thing is here. You know this when you have like the size of the font and everything? It's like always in day 4, 40, 5, 50, you know where I'm going with this. Day 10, oh, got a 5 here. Day 10, you interacted with 100 people. And you didn't even text any of them. Bonus, what you can do, react to stories after day 1. Then just react to stories. That's how Ra and I were in contact always. I've just stick like gum to him, basically, you could say. So that's basically how you can interact with a lot of people and build a brand as well. Because if you already post nice content, they see your content, and maybe they're gonna ask you, what do you do? What do you want from me? Like, hey, I liked you. And then once they say something like that or whatever, you can be like, hey, I just like your profile because I don't know, the way you shoot your pictures and color edit them or whatever, or the quotes you post, I really liked. So I just wanted to give you credits for that and wanted to connect. Because one or the other is going to happen. Either they're going to block you, they're going to ask you what the fuck do you want, or they just accept it, and you can, once you react to a story, they know who you are. Because that's the thing, they will check out, who is this guy? Why is this guy commenting on a picture? And if you have a nice story, and if you have highlights, and by the way, I put my highlights in, just some of them, but I already started putting in highlights. They will check that out. That's why it's important to have a strong online presence. So this can take up to, once you're at day 10, it will take up some time. So do it in steps, like 10 in the morning, 10 in between, whatever, but like each block of 10 people can take you like 5, 10, 20 minutes. So it can take up some time. You're going to get used to it. It's going to be more natural. But keep a list. That's what I've done in the beginning to grow my account. And it really worked. So I don't know, my interactions are still sometimes a little bit low, just because I didn't post for a long time, really. But it's about to end. Like I'm gonna drop more and more content, especially when I have my setup and sit at my desk at my new home. But this is one thing that you can do. This is one challenge. And then another powerful one I've heard about today. I'm gonna send a screenshot in the group if you guys want to. Let me drop it quickly. And then I'm gonna drop it in this group as well, and then we can share it later to others. And then another powerful thing that I'm thinking about doing is, you guys like the introduction video of Gio and Ra? It's a nice one, right? So either we can do more presentations like this, live presentations, or you can use the video. But something I heard today is, or I'm going to ask you, I don't even need to write it down because I want to formulate it and then send it to you guys, but I can speak about it. If I give you a script or an easy message you could send out to 7 people every day for 7 days, to invite to a video, to invite to a call, even if it's trading call, whatever, would you use it? Type a 1 in the chat if you can, or nod your head if you're driving. Well, it's a simple way to use, right? because Brian Carruthers talked about it. They did a promo for their team where they did 7 days, 7 presentations with 7-figure earners. I would have to ask a 7-figure earner to do the presentation 7 days, but you know what I mean? Like, doesn't need to be 7-figure earners, future 7-figure earners, but people invited 7 people every day. Well, you personalize the message. It's just a guideline. And that's also a way how you can connect to more people on social media and also attract to your brand, because maybe not everybody is like joining. It's not the point. It's not the point that people need to join your business. It's the point to make visible what you're doing and talk to people about it, because the script kind of goes like, hey, start something new, venture more about trading, really grow as a person. I just want your opinion. You might want to check out a 20-minute video or presentation about it and give me a feedback. That's it. It's just exposure, because that also builds your brand. Because I know some guys in the team had the vision of becoming the biggest known traders in the Netherlands. And that's the thing. If you don't talk about it and you don't show people and you don't invite people to see what you do, even if you just invite them to a trading call, who the fuck's gonna know who you are, even if you have 1 million on your trading account? You know what I mean? So that's a way as well you can build up your brand and interact with people, but that's up to you. You can also do that with a personal message. In the end, it's just doing the thing, talking to people, because you know those annoying door-to-door sell people? Once they enter your street, everybody knows who they are because they made a name for themselves. But there comes a day when somebody buys something off them. The people that stand in the mall, talk to everybody, hand out flyers and sell something. One day you might be buying something from them because you remember, oh yeah, this person's selling this. It's just about exposure. And that's it, like from like how much time you can spend on it. Like you can alter the challenge. It doesn't need to be 10 by 10. You can do 5 by 5. Like it's just all about like connecting with others, get you seen. Then we have more questions. So yeah, you said after posting, take 1 hour off the IG. Well, not with story, like for stories, it's different, but like once you post a picture, I don't know if it still really works, but somebody told me that a couple months ago. Once you post, if you go off for 1 hour, Instagram wants to get you on the platform. So they kind of push your content for a little bit more as well. But other than that, you just have to find a way for yourself. I don't really know how to crack the thing right now, the algorithm, but then also somebody told me you have to interact with all of the comments in the first hour, but you can still do that after the hour because it will then drag people back to your reel or whatever. Because then people click on, oh, he commented on your comment, and then they come back to your post. So gotta figure that a little bit out. Okay. Other questions? What did Mina say on stage, Raw, with the 1 hour off? Oh, okay, yeah, perfect. I wasn't sure. Like I heard it a couple months ago, and then yeah, so that works. Any other questions on how to build your brand? Then do it, guys. Let's do it. And if you need help, if you need feedback, like Raul already did it. I did it with finding a name for my podcast. That's what the community is for. Afis got feedback on his e-commerce store from you guys. You guys were his customers that gave him feedback on products what are good. And if that's it, I would just end the recording here. Thanks for watching.